Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to just kind of talk about the scanner class really quickly. There's a small problem that you're going to see. You might run into it, so I just want to address it before it gets to be a problem for you. So what we got to do is we're going to import our scanner again, and you know that by bringing in the scanner is import, and then we say java.util.scanner. We got to spell it right. There we go. Now our scanner file is brought over and brought into or imported into our file to use. So now we'll say scanner input is equal to new. All right, we got new system in. We'll just create a couple values here. We'll say byte. We'll just call it byte number or byte 1. Okay, we'll make it equal to 0 for now. We'll make a string value here. First name we'll call it. Make it empty, an empty string. Say string second name. Last name. All right, there we go. And now the second name. Last name. Maybe take a double value for income. All right. And I just want to show you, okay, the scanner has a little bit of a little tiny problem that kind of will happen to you. You will see this, so I just want to tell you how to fix it before you kind of get frustrated and not sure what's going on. So say we want to get, we'll enter a number between 1 and 100. Okay, and then we're going to store that in our byte value. We'll say this here. We'll go input dot next byte, right? So that's, again, we've talked about the different ways in order to use a scanner to see next byte. Now we can jump down from here. We'll just take this and we'll bring this down. We'll say enter your first name. Okay. And then this actually has to be next string. Oh no, sorry, not next string, next line. That was my bad. We're going to take this, put in the first name, copy all this, let's bring it down, and we'll say enter your second name or your last name. Okay, and then we'll do the double income. Okay, and this will be a double value. We'll call this income. All right, so we'll just print it out really fast just to kind of give you a little bit of a, so we'll go with, what did we say? Number, and I'll call this byte 1. What it was called, so we'll print that. Select the copy, we'll move this along. Nothing that I have to really, it's not a big logic to show you. I just want to point this out for you. Oh, and then income. All right, so we'll run this up now. We got all our little values input and ready to go. And it should mess up at this point. I'm actually looking for it to error out and throw me a weird little error. So we'll say 1, okay? And you see what happened? Enter first name, enter last name. So it skipped over one input here on us, all right? And now if I type in, we just type in your last name because this is technically what it's asking for. We'll say it's Berg, okay? And then we enter the income, 10,000. When we print it out, you see the first name actually got kind of forgotten or, you know, left behind. And I'll kind of show you what's going on here. So when you're using the scanner, okay, the if you're using a byte value like this, or if you're using a number value, I'll show you that even if I said int here and we went next int, all right, and we stored it in byte 1, it doesn't matter the name, we'll just run it and I'll show you again that the exact same thing is going to occur. So what's happening here? Okay, we type in 2 and you can see we kick down. That's not really ideal. We don't want that to happen, right? We'll just push the stop button here to stop this. So when you're working in this now, okay, and you see something like that happen, know that the scanner is actually taking in this value, which is a number, the number 1, for instance, or whatever number you actually type in. When you hit enter, there's actually a character that's being captured there, or it's not necessarily actually being captured, that's the problem, but there's a character there that it just is garbage. It's like a garbage character that is not allowed to be captured inside of this data type, okay? So what happens is it jumps down here, and because it's part of the next line or the string type, it'll throw it in here. So you're going to collect garbage off of this last input. And then when it jumps down here, then it jumps from here because it's acting as if you already input a value and jumps down to this line. Okay, so that's what you're essentially seeing. Now to get around this, if you're using like a int value and then you're using a next line like this after it, one thing you're going to have to do is just go input dot next line, okay? And you don't have to store it anywhere. What it's going to do is essentially collect up the garbage that was left over from this integer value, all right? Or from, not this integer value, but this int input, or the number input. And if I run it now, I'll show you what happens here. You'll see that it actually works perfectly fine now. It'll, here we enter our number, push 1. Now we end up moving down to our first name. So we could say Jim Berg. Income is 20 grand, right? We print it out, we got our number between 1 and 100, first name is Jim, last name's Berg, income blah blah blah. So just be aware of this, and again, it works in that form. So if we were to take these guys here, all right, and we were to push them up into here, and we kicked it down like so, I'll show you that the order will technically matter at this point. So you might not have seen it because you might have had it like ordered properly. We can remove this little input line, and I'll show you now if we run it with the string values at the top. You got next line, then we look for next int, next double. So here we go. We got, here's, oh, go James. You see how it doesn't actually add up, or it doesn't mess up there, and that's just because of the way that it's working with the string values, or the this next line is working with string values, so it can suck up that last garbage output, where in this form you're jumping down to another number input, so that garbage just gets kind of tossed to the side because we're working in a double. Okay, so when you're working with an int first, or you're looking to collect a number value before you're looking to collect any kind of string values, it's just good for you to then use the input dot next line in order to capture any kind of garbage data that's coming out. And we can reinitiate, or like reset this, like say if we did it in a different order again, just to show you, we'll put this at the top, okay, and we get the byte value here, then we'll get the first name. And I mean, this is kind of weird, the order, but I just want to kind of show it to you. Then we get a double value here, all right, and now we run it. I'm going to show you that without these little inputs to grab up that extra garbage that's being tossed at you. Okay, we get to here, we'll hit 2, jumps right down to your income. Right, it doesn't even actually get that. So we got, we missed 2 data types, or 2, we skipped over 2, okay? There's a little bit of a weird anomaly that's going to happen when you're working with the scanner. Just be aware that it does happen. We can just simply type input. We can say next line, okay, we'll put that there. And then after our next form where we grab a number right here, we can just stick that in. So you'll need to know, you'll kind of need to follow that. And I hope that, you know, it's kind of a bummer that it happens that way. You know, if you can follow if you can kind of just watch your order, the way that it goes through, you can see now if we type it in. Oh, and something went wrong. What happened there? Mismatch. Oh, yeah, okay. I know why we did. I was thinking his next name, so that's my bad. It won't give me that error now. I just put in a string when a double was asked for. So we got Jim. Your income is 12,000, and then my bad. I wasn't paying attention. So as you can see, it runs fine as long as you're aware of just this little trick. Okay, so just be careful when you're using the scanner. Just be a little careful of that situation. Okay. So that's it for this video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you you know, have any comments, questions, or ideas for future videos, then be sure to put in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.